Hi, welcome to my channel, The Mystic's Diary. And this is about awakening through the seasons. This is an introductory episode to a series that is a shift from my previous channel, Cosmic Circles, because I wanted to really fine tune the content, the gifts that I have to share in order to support you on your personal transformation. So I really wanted to provide content for you and interactions with you that will help you no matter where you are on your personal evolution journey. If you don't know me, my name is Linda Varos. I am a lifelong clairvoyant medium. I am a master frequency field practitioner, an artist, an author, a licensed massage therapist, and a privately practicing herbalist. Um, Welcome. I hope that you will enjoy today's introductory and that you will also hear something that sparks your curiosity and that you feel that you want to come back and walk on this journey with us. A little bit about myself, if you aren't familiar with me. My clairvoyance opened to me during two events in childhood. One was a very mystical event in nature around the age of 6. And then the other one was a near-death experience the following year around the age of 7.5 years old. There's been many more events in my life, numerous, many of which I will begin sharing through this ongoing series, including content from my dream guides. And they began showing up to me in my 20s. And that's when I began channeling information from them that was coming through primarily in my dream state. So this is why I call them my dream guides, although they do speak to me at other periods. And also I work with them and with your dream guides or your personal guides who are supporting you from the other side when I do one-on-one readings with people. And so this redevelopment of my initial YouTube channel really was because I feel the urgency during these very crucial times on the planet to share the content that I have been receiving literally since my 20s. I have been journaling a lot of it, not all of it, but much of it. And right now, I feel that it's important to share with you, the person who is seeking joy, who is seeking a way to integrate their personal expansion into their daily life. And it's a journey. It is a journey and it is a choice. And the question I have for you today is, why did you stop by here? What is it you are seeking? And that's a question you need to ask yourself. What is it exactly that you're seeking? But I want to stop you before you start to reason with your human mind to discover that answer. I want you to, after you watch this program today, to sit quietly and ask yourself that question: what is it I'm seeking? And just sit quietly and allow something to pop in. Because intuition comes to us in those moments. And when that happens, we often receive something that can be something that we've never even considered, or something that's really surprising. And so we need to allow the human mind to step aside temporarily because it wants to reason everything. And that is what blocks intuition. We do need to leave that open space for intuition to come through. And also working on your, actively with intention, desiring to be working on your awakening journey, meaning, okay, let me just jump off a second and say that what is awakening? From what I have learned, what I've been told, and from my own perspective, and what awakening is about discovering that the soul that you are, that is having a human experience, is alive, well, a multidimensional being who has access to wisdom and knowledge and skills that our narrow human view has forgotten. There was a purpose behind that, so we're not distracted on our journey here, but there's more to our journey, and we're being called to become aware of that, to consciously desire it, so that we can reconnect to the source of all that is. And I want you to know that there is a piece of God within you, or you would not be alive right now. You would not even exist. We couldn't be having this communication. And remembering and connecting to that part of you, and that like multidimensional mystical being that you are, that chose to come into this form and take on this identity, is wanting you to remember it so that you can begin merging with it and bringing that part of you into this existence, this reality, so that you can get to a place in your life that you are being consciously supported by the divine, whatever you might call God, creation, creator, source, energy, and that you will allow that and desire that integration, and then receive the gifts of it, which then helps us become less attached to this reality, so that we do not feel unworthy, and we no longer feel on a soul level the necessity to continue to come back in. And that's a big challenge, because everything in this reality tells us that we're not worthy, that we came in being unworthy, that we have a blemish on our soul, that we're not good enough, and we must work hard to achieve that level of perfection so that we can return to the peace and the beauty and the love of the garden of love, however that may look for us, whatever that may be for us. And so that is not that's not the whole story. There's a lot to that story, and it is not the whole story, because in fact our soul cannot be flawless, nor could it have ever been flawed, nor could it have ever been flawed, because our soul is part of the divine, and the divine is not flawed. The divine is love. The divine is not anger, it's not hate, it's not judgmental. That's our human side. And we need to understand the division between those two components. And as I'm going through this series, we're going to be tapping into that more, because there's a lot of discussion on the internet right now about the evilness of negative energies, people having readings done that, opens you to demons and so forth. And I hope that where you are in your journey now, you are at a point where you understand that that is not truth. There are negative entities and negative beings and negative energies, absolutely. But however, we're not just constantly being attacked by them, nor could, someone with a voodoo doll, send a bad being into our soul. No, it's about what energy. Everything in the universe is frequency. And when I said that I was a master in frequency treatments, frequency healing, as a frequency healing facilitator, I am trained as a Reiki master level teacher, which I have been, and I have been a Reiki practitioner since 2002. However, I have learned before that, well before that, actually from my first experience in childhood, that everything is frequency. and that everything is alive because of frequency, and that communication occurs because of frequency, and our body heals because of frequency. So whatever that frequency is in your heart, whatever that frequency is in your mind, whatever that frequency is in what you believe about yourself and what you believe about your reality and what you believe about others, is what you're projecting. And it will match up with a similar frequency in the field. And that is quantum entanglement. You can look that up and read a little bit more about it. It's quite interesting scientific exploration that they have uncovered quite a few years ago. And it certainly gives the perfect description of why frequency healing does occur. So as far as that relating to you being or me being attacked by demons, are there negative evil energies? Absolutely. We see them in the world in front of us every day. However, if we ourselves are in alignment with the higher energy, if we're choosing love, if we're choosing peace, if we're choosing forgiveness, if we're choosing joy, if we're choosing the intention of wanting to awaken from this dream state, or wanting to, evolve into merging with our higher self and living from that place. If we have connected with the divine, where we have a two-way communication going, not where we're just saying prayers and we're asking from a place of lack, then we are in that stream, we're in that realm, and we can ask for protection daily, ask for a circle of protection around us, around our home, around our property, around our loved ones. And that keeps us in that joyful state, that state of trust and knowing. And trust is an important element. When you hand something over to spirit, you do need to trust that spirit has your back and has taken over the project. So if you're going to keep worrying about it, you're proving that you don't trust, and therefore your frequency is not in a higher state. So, if we're functioning on fear all the time, which of course we know is 80% of what's happening on the planet right now, it's fear-based, fear-based, fear-based. And that's a way to keep us separated from our higher being, because that keeps us unaware of who we truly are, and it keeps us wrapped up in the drama. Then, we're going to have a difficult time bringing the mystical miracles and solutions to us from the divine, because we're blocking it by staying in a lower frequency, and we're inviting in other things that are of the lower frequency. And so that, I felt, is a very important thing. One of the things my guide shared with me in the last year that I feel is really crucial, and I have been sharing it with my clients, and in my newsletter that I send out monthly, they did come and tell me that we are at a very crucial turning point at this time with humanity. We could go south and we could go north. We could go, it's like a fork in the road. Okay. And that fork requires a choice. And the choice is either we've got one way to go or the other way to go. And they're both vortexes. Okay. They showed them to me like sort of tornado vortexes that are getting bigger at this Y in the road, and they're going in two different directions. And as they're traveling in those two different directions, the vortexes are getting larger. And what they showed me was that we're getting into the drama of what's happening with humanity. And that's one vortex. We can get into the anger, we can get into the fear. Of course, it's natural for us to be upset. Okay. And it's natural for us to feel fear. I mean, we're human and we're being exposed to it all the time. But here's the thing. If we really desire to connect with our higher self and be on an awakening journey and integrate that into our daily life, then we need to be able to catch ourselves when we're going down that rabbit hole of drama, fear, anger, hate, finger pointing, more drama, gossip, all of those things. If we're going to keep, self-doubt, all of those things, if we're going to keep paying attention to that, that is going to amplify, is what I was told. That is through the period that we're in, it's going to really ramp up even more. And for those who do not redirect their attention and say, wait a minute, I don't want to be in this, I'm really, regardless of all this that's going on, I'm asking to be protected. And I'm not going to ask out of fear, I'm asking out of trust. And I'm going to spend time meditating. I'm spend time doing deep breathing, or spend time sitting down quietly and speaking to my guardian angel, or speaking to some other divine being, not a deceased relative or loved one who might be watching over you, but someone who is a known either angelic being or divine being, and communicate with, pick one, and have a direct communication with them. Start talking to them every day, like you're having a two-way street here. And what happens is you'll start to receive answers. You might say, boy, I can't handle this anymore. I'm on this gerbil wheel. I keep trying everything. I can't find a solution. I can't get out of it. I'm exhausted. I was making progress. What's going on? I've tried everything. I'm just going to hand this over, and I'm saying to you, put me where you want me. I trust you have my back, so I know that you're going to provide me with the right solution, and so I'm going to try to step away from the fear and just let you know every day that I trust you, and send love to the divine from your heart, because the heart is the key element. The heart is the center of it all. And I'm going to be talking about the heart again in further episodes, and sharing more information and my personal experiences with you moving forward. Okay. I just want to check my notes real quickly because I want to make sure. Oh, the other thing I want to say is having mystical experiences are commonplace. They're much more commonplace than we know about or that we believe. And why is that? That's because people are afraid to talk about them. People are like, oh my God, someone's going to think I'm crazy if I share this. And you might be one of those people. And I'm here to tell you that we have these amazing experiences, and it's important that we share them, not only because other people need to know this is normal. We are divine spiritual beings having a human experience. We didn't come in here and all the rest of that good stuff is gone. We just forgot about it. It's still there. Okay. And the divine wants to continue to communicate with us. And the more we are connected, even if it's a fleeting moment of desire, we're going to get some lovely response, some support. I'm sure that you have had something happen in your life that you could say, oh my God, I can't believe that was such a close call. I can't believe that I didn't have that accident, or I didn't have that wreck, or that I wasn't, that was like 2 seconds more and that guy would have hit me head on, or, I had it happen a number of times. And, you have to sit and say, that was a miracle. There's a higher purpose. Somebody pulled that out of the way so that I would still be here, because I'm meant to be here and you're meant to be here. Okay. And so, yes, these mystical experiences happen. They probably happen to you. And I'm really looking forward to sharing this information with you, and sharing tools, and bringing in guest speakers that will also help support this evolution, your personal evolutionary transformation. And so it's going to well, also the other thing I want to say is, what's interesting about this channel is I felt I needed more of a framework. And because of my initial experience with spirit happened to be in nature, and I will be talking about that in the next episode, I wanted to put a very special framework together for us to work within, and that is working within the seasons. Okay, nature, I call nature the divine connector because it is. We're part of nature, nature is part of us. We were given to each other to support and keep each other alive and to support each other on this journey here. You know, we breathe out, we breathe out, the tree breathes out. Therefore, we breathe in, therefore the tree breathes in. You know, the electromagnetic charge that comes from the earth when you stand barefoot, and it charges the electromagnetic field within the body and it restores us. You know, we are the body electric. Everything is frequency. And whenever rubber sole shoes were invented, it cut us off from that. And, you know, it's been a downhill with our health and our wellness, and our attitude about being separate has really ramped up and since that time. And so in any case, you know, we're going to be working with spirit and the divine and these channeled messages and information. I'm going to be giving people prompts to work with as well. And I'm going to allow you to tell your story, because feel free to, you know, email me your story. I would love to hear it. But it has to be a true story, not just made up story. Although I appreciate writers, I'm a writer myself. But this is really about the fact that nature itself can support us in our awareness of how to integrate the higher self that we are with the 3D human self in this life. And that is the primary goal of this series. And so in the next episode, I'm going to be taking steps to consider shifting our perspective. We're going to tap into content from my dream guides, and we're going to work with the new season of autumn that is in the Northern Hemisphere. And for those of you and friends of mine in the Southern Hemisphere, I know that you're opposite us where the seasons are concerned, but work with us anyway, because you're going to be able to still really, really benefit from walking on this journey from the beginning. And, you know, nature is going to support us and will support you as well, no matter what season you're living through right now. And so I hope that you'll join us. I'm really excited about this. This is a big, actually, I feel it's my life's work that I'm putting out here now. It's a major project. And if you're interested, by the way, in having a one-on-one reading with me, a clairvoyant medium reading, I do scan your energy field. I can pick up things from past, present, and future life information, as well as, with permission, connect with ancestors who've crossed and your loved ones who've crossed. You can schedule with me on the link that I'm putting below. I'm asking you to please, since this is a new journey forward, and it's a very important journey, I feel a very potent and powerful journey, and very meaningful. And I hope that it will be meaningful for you. Please share, please subscribe, please like, and please send and let your friends know about it and ask them to come on board. It's very important that I try to ramp up the viewership and the viewership hours in as short a span of time as possible. And that's a goal of mine. So until then, the light in me recognizes the light in you. Let your light shine. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.